Warning, this video contains scenes that some viewers might find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi there. Sorry for butting into the podcast. So this podcast is brought to you by Anchor. And I just want to promote Anchor for all the listeners out there. What is Anchor, you say? Anchor is free. Okay? Totally free. So don't need to worry about that. What else? Anchor has basically all the creation tools that you'll need and you want to kickstart that podcast that you've been dreaming all this time. It helps it get it on the road. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Anchor takes care of that too. So you just have to create an account, start recording, and edit everything within the Anchor ecosystem. That makes things a lot more easy. Start creating. You can download the app too. May that be on Apple or Android. There's no bias there. If you want to get working on your computer, you can always go to anchor.fm. Again, the website is anchor.fm. Creating your podcast has never been easier. Thanks. Back to the show. Nowadays, life is intertwined with technology. Let's figure it out. Welcome to Life, Tech, and Sundry. Previously on Life, Tech, and Sundry.
I'll probably make fettuccine alfredo, and I'll try the brand she picked, and I'll give you guys.
What was it again? The brand?
We're not gonna. She's not.
I don't want to say.
I don't want
it,
to. Yeah, don't.
But I'll show you right now.
It's in the link.
Yeah, it's in the link, so you guys can see it. But I'll show you right here.
Oh yeah, I've had those.
Mm-hmm.
So
Not that one.
Yeah, that's the one that she was talking about.
Yeah, so I mean, if you guys want to know, you can definitely hit the link in the show notes, and you can definitely see it for yourselves. But I'm gonna try my hand at making fettuccine alfredo with this brand of sauce, and definitely I'll give you guys a update when I do.
Report back.
Absolutely. So, guys, thanks again for listening to my 2 points in this section.
All these will be in the show notes.
Absolutely. And I think without further ado, we will move on to the last part.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Before you wanna.
Or you? Yeah.
And now, back to the show. And we are rolling into the what, Mr. J? What is this?
The one.
The one, the only. I should have a little song for it, but I feel like that song was more than enough.
Yeah.
These are my shower thoughts. Please. These are just my thoughts and my opinions. Don't sue me. Really.
Not yet.
What? What? So here we go. The investment of time and resources on new tech lead to a term known as, what do you guys call it? The S-curve. Can you read that definition real quick, Mr. J, for the S-curve?
Where's the definition? Is
Rep-
it that big paragraph?
Yes.
The innovation from its slow, early beginning as the technology or process is developed to an acceleration phase, a steeper line as it matures, and finally to its stabilization over time, the flattening curve, with corresponding increases in performance of the item or organization using it. In other words, just give it time. It'll overtake the existing product. Just give it time.
Just
Civilian
give it
tech
time.
market, smartphone, and military
Hold up. That's
market.
my part. That's
Oh,
my part.
okay.
That's my part.
I thought
That's,
that was the
no.
the credit.
The paragraph. So the example that keep coming into my mind is the smartphone market in the civilian sector. For the military sector, unfortunately, is the air and ground combat vehicles. For example, for the smartphones are the Blackberries and the iPhones. Remember how people criticize, or the Sidekicks and the smart Samsung Androids. Those are my examples. Then
But there was never no competition.
there wasn't.
No.
Why? Why would you say it? Why?
Because Sidekick is gone.
And what about
And
BlackBerry?
BlackBerry.
Yeah, but they were titans in their time in the mid 2000s. There was 10 years, right, Alan? Mid 2000s to late 2010, early 2007 for the first iPhone. and then mid to the 2010, like from 2000 to 2010, the BlackBerry came, the Sidekick came, reached its peak like around 2006, 2008 maybe, and then the iPhone was a baby. People criticized it that there weren't enough things. They didn't even know that there was going to be an app store until an app store appeared. But then they gave it time. 2010 rolled by, 2012 rolled by, the iPhone 3, the iPhone 4, 5, all the way to what are we right now? What iPhone version? 13?
No.
14?
12.
12?
Yeah, 12.
But yeah. And where's the BlackBerry right now? It's gone.
6 feet under.
It's
Yeah.
gone, unfortunately. And the Sidekick. What a lot of people
That's
wanted.
even further down.
Well, that was a T-Mobile exclusive, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
it wasn't. That was the brand, or was that the?
Yeah, no, T-Mobile owned that
That name?
brand. Yeah, T-Mobile was exclusively for Sidekick was exclusively from T-Mobile.
So in this case, you can hear.
Yeah,
that
it wasn't like you're
T-Mobile-
gonna get a Sprint T-Mobile.
Yeah, that's what
or
I
a
was
Sprint Sidekick or
A s-
AT&T or Verizon Sidekick.
So in that time, a company, a phone market. Now what's
Well, think about it this way.
Yeah.
Back then, it was the circumstances were different because the type of business that was going on as far as cell phone things were going
yeah?
were different. Remember, Nextel had Nextel phones, and they were made.
with Sprint, I think, right?
Well, Sprint bought Nextel,
Yes.
and then as of late, as of recent, Sprint was bought up by T-Mobile.
Yeah.
So there you go. Nothing really stays the same, and just the overall evolving situation of the cell phone game, if you want to look at it that way, it keeps changing, keeps
But there's
growing.
like a 10-year mature.
for
Maturity
for physical, like the actual handheld.
For product designs, let's say the
Well,
Note
no,
series.
now it's every 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying, for example, the BlackBerry, we saw like,
We saw huge leaps
we s-
because of technology
and we saw the keyboard
if-
was the
advancing.
the main
Well, that
feature.
was a boneheaded, hard-headed move on behalf of actual BlackBerry. They didn't want to switch it up because they firmly believed that what they had was gold, and going all digital like what the iPhone was doing was silly. They laughed at it because like they were like, no, of course you're not gonna be able to do everything on a touch screen.
Yeah, look what
it's
I have in my
flawed.
hands.
It's
Yeah,
flawed.
yeah.
Mhm.
Their whole thing was what we have is better than yours, and we're gonna prove it. And unfortunately, they weren't able to prove it. And the only thing they had going for them as far as application wise, because understand, the iPhone wasn't the first phone with apps in it. If you remember, T-Mobile Sidekick had a la,
App Store.
yeah, an app store and applications.
Wasn't
a
like
la-
the last one like touchscreen too?
yeah,
No,
it was.
Yeah,
Really?
the last one.
Yeah.
Damn, they came into the.
So
touching
remember,
late.
this was on the transition. Understanding that, back to the, I guess you can call the example I was bringing with Nextel. Nextel was making their phones, but the actual manufacturer of Nextels, was, I believe, no, I'm sorry, Nextels was made by Nextel. Yeah. So not only was the actual manufacturer Nextel, but the service was Nextel. So it was
Until it got bought by Sprint, right?
right, but again, it was all in house.
Which was good, right, for keeping prices down, maybe,
Yeah,
but
but
not for
remember, back in the day,
innovations.
minutes were the
high.
most.
They controlled the time.
yeah,
controlled
they
the-
were just out of this world.
It was cheaper to buy a card. That market
It
disappeared.
was cheaper to use your house phone.
Now, if you had, well,
Obviously.
yes.
Before cell phones were a thing, house phones were the thing.
Yeah.
And if you didn't have a house phone number, remember, you as a child were told memorize your
Not to dial 911.
right. Memorize your home phone number, your parents' work number, never a cell phone number. But after again, to your point, around late 2000s when smartphones or phones in general, handheld phones, cell phones were becoming a thing, a staple even. You had to remember your own cell phone number, and it's crazy because going back to BlackBerry, that competition between my technology, even though it's a touch screen compared to an actual physical keyboard,
It's matured. It was mature.
well, you have to see, I guess you look at it and you figure, well, where is the climate going with this? How is the overall market changing with the times? Are people looking for that bleeding edge technology, or are they okay with what BlackBerry was offering, which was a physical keyboard?
And was that then thanks to the public that wanted a change?
Well, understand that they bought into what Steve Jobs was selling them, a whimsical device that it was only a slab of glass, and you were able to do everything and anything on it. You can make calls, you can browse the web, you can text somebody, and everything was on one screen. So he had to sell the product as if it was a whimsical, mystical device that there was no comparison. It's the future. And he sold it very well.
So do you think it was him, or was it his marketing team that told him that?
No, he was a visionary.
No. Yeah,
he was the dude. He had nobody telling him what to do. He was the guy. He was the dude.
The guy.
When they say the guy, that's the guy.
Yeah.
He was the guy. No one else was telling him. They fired him. Apple fired him.
And then he came back.
And they rehired him. Why? Because there was no other dude but him. He was the visionary.
Respect for my guy.
Yeah. No. And like him, today we have an Elon Musk, that
Muskie.
Yeah, he has that he's very different from Steve Jobs.
Eccentric.
But he is of that same caliber of visionary.
What about Bezos?
He's different. I think he's different. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think his ambition is equal, if not greater, than Elon's. But he is different because he isn't as eccentric, like you said. He isn't as out there as Elon. He's not, blasting off Twitter.
He's not, yeah.
And making,
he's more quiet.
Stomping the ground,
Naming his kid. What was his kid? What his kid was like a weird name.
I have no idea.
He probably could. He probably could name his
Chipmunks?
son. Yeah, he could probably name his son weirdly, but nobody would find out. But wait, anyways, that's the civilian market. Now, the military market.
Oh no.
The history with the F-16, the F-16 Strike Eagle, or the Eagle model. That was a response for the Cold War in the 70s for the Sukhoi Su-22, the Frogger, an interceptor.
Frogger, isn't that a game?
Yeah, right. The one that defected to Japan, one of those that model specifically. It was supposed to be
the model defected to Japan.
No, a fighter pilot, a Russian fighter pilot, defected to Japan, and that's where the Americans got in and disassembled the Russian military jet. They in 72 hours they got a whole squad of people disassemble that jet. You got 3 days. Now find out how it works. Don't launch it.
Oh, they reverse engineered it.
They reverse engineered it, and then they sent it back to Russia assembled.
Huh.
And that's when the F-16 was a direct response to it. It wasn't as fast, but was way more maneuverable. All through the 70s until the early 90s, when we found out that there were other things that you had to consider, like stealth.
Absolutely.
Now there was an issue with the F-35 since 2005, 2006. They've been testing and all those things. They've been noticing that it's very good. Don't get me wrong, it's very good. It's in the military service. But when it was being developed, there's normally a test period for aircrafts that's from 5 to 10 years that they're testing everything. They have to put at least 5,000 hours of testing. And in those 5,000 hours, they had to debug some software. They had to debug some hardware. They had to debug a lot of different things when it goes across the timelines. In the Pacific and the Hawaiian, from Japan to Hawaii, what happens?
Unfortunately, the F-22 was known to have a big issue when it went across that timeline from on the Pacific. What's the name of that one?
With the Meridian,
In the Pacific?
I don't remember.
The one that it shifts from the past from one day and
with the time zones.
the time zone, specifically in the Pacific, the very big one. They go from Japan to Hawaii or vice versa.
I don't know the name. Not
There-
off the top of my
Okay.
head.
There was a point that this is for the F-22. Their machines couldn't work. It worked to fly, but they couldn't get any readings of where they were going with their GPS or their time.
Was that like a magnetic
No,
force
it
field
was-
type of situation?
It was because it was changing the time zones. They were going fast. The F-22s were going so fast that the hardware, the software was having issues, and it was giving them issues on their GPS. So what did they have to rely on? Stars. They had to use the stars to navigate to get back to Hawaii and land. They got guided. They got guided by other planes when they stopped going at Mach 2. When they stopped flying at Mach 2, they were guided into land in Hawaii. But that was
Did they ever figure that out?
Yes, they did.
Okay, good. Good for them.
But for the F-35, there were a lot of different other issues. But what other fighter pilots that flew the F-16 and the F-15 and all those from the 70s all the way to the F-35, they were said, just give it time. The Eagle was an American response of a Russian aircraft. The F-35 on the other hand is a step forward on American engineering, which is a lot harder than just copying someone else. They already fixed a lot of bugs, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of things that they learned that they can get. F-35, F-22 are 5th generation models of aircraft, and they're American. All the knowledge that they got for the F-35 and the F-22, they're trying to implement into the 6th generation aircraft that they're developing code and all those things. I was talking to Mr. J over here that for the F-22 they were using they were using Patra and Nastran to develop Patra and Nastran, a compiler
Wow.
to
What's
code hydraulic pressure and to know meticulous detail for the aircraft. And for the F-35, they're using something totally different. They don't want to say what compiler, what coding they're using, and that's highly kept secrets. Now from that, they're trying to innovate, and they still are innovating within the platform of the F-35, and that's for the aircrafts. And then for the vehicles, unfortunately, the Humvee is a direct descendant of World War II vehicles, of the Jeep, right, the general purpose vehicle. And then because of them being for 20 years in heavy use, they found that the Humvee is so limited in physical hardware, and the engine, they can't put in a bigger engine in the design of the motor. So they requested another company to come up with a solution with these parameters that the Humvee easily completes. So the JLTV, what's the name of it? The
fast plane.
JLTV strike vehicle.
Oh, there you go. That's a better name.
Yeah, those two by Oshkosh.
But gosh,
Yeah, but yeah, those are the ideas that came up to mind for the similarities. Now, what's the main difference in this case between those two? One of them is that a new model for the civilian market comes very consistently as of 2021.
yes.
No, every 2 years. When did the S20 and the S21 came up? Like the time.
2021.
2021.
Yeah. And when did you buy the S20?
In 2019.
Yeah, it's a year, a new model with different features. Now, us as civilians, we can purchase as many phones as we want, or as the singular
Wait,
phone that we had.
Was it 2019? Or was it
Early
like,
2020, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was like
Before-
the beginning of 2020.
Before
Yeah.
the Fire Nation attack.
Yes.
But yeah, we have, us as civilians, we can buy as many, or in my case, let's see, in our case, we bought the one phone, right? We don't buy like 2 million phones.
No, I can't afford such things.
Yes. And then the maintenance of that singular item, you haven't had to worry about the maintenance of said device, right, Alan?
No. God,
What-
no.
What about you, Mr. J?
Thank
Nope.
the good Lord, no.
Me neither. because there's enough features that we have that it's lasted for me since 2018.
Well, that's because you also get updates, don't?
Firmware, there you go. There's
Right.
another thing. It's firmware, but what about the hardware, the outside?
Well, that's why you buy a nice sturdy case.
Yes.
Unless you
And
want
a
to,
screen protector,
unless you want to rock your phone naked,
I'm
which
afraid.
which is afraid. You'd be afraid. I'd be afraid.
are you a person prone to like
No.
having your phone fall out
Is-
your pocket and stuff like that,
So
or you
is that-
misplace it?
So is that a marketing scheme? They gave you the option
Well,
to buy.
I mean, I think that's more of a human thing where it's like, are you a person that's clumsy or not?
But it's an option that you can buy.
Because there's
I feel.
people that unfortunately are very clumsy, and
They go through phones like this. I'm like, what are they made out of money?
well, maybe they're not. They're just super clumsy. Or they could care less about the amount of money that they'll, pay for their phone. And if they're the type of people that are paying their phone in like installment payments and have like some sort of finance thing going on where like they can just upgrade to the next one or buy a new one with a discount or whatever the case is, they don't care. I guess. I don't know.
That's a very dangerous thing to get into, right? Like,
I mean, when there's people out there that figure, well, what if I just say that I lost my phone? Maybe I can get another phone and I'll have two phones. I mean, the scheme is real. And
yes.
yeah, so I mean, there are plenty of people, weirdos out there that do such things. But I mean, a human is going to be a human. If they're clumsy, they're going to drop their phone.
They're gonna be sneaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now, what's the differences though? Let's see. What's the difference between the military? The military, they have to pay millions up front just to equip an army. Imagine that versus us, an individual. Like if, let's say, a general is in charge of choosing the next primary firearm, they're not gonna just buy a couple, one, two. They're gonna buy thousands and thousands and thousands and spare parts. They're gonna support an entire economy of development of a weapons.
this is after research and development, though.
Yes, they've already got pitched the different designs. They put the parameters that they're looking for, and different companies like
But how many iterations do they go through? Do they go like through phones, like this
An example.
every 3 to 6 months? Or?
the M16. To elaborate with you, there was the M16 carbine in response to that design, and then within the M16 carbine,
Pew, pew, pew.
yeah, and then the
Pew, pew,
M16 carbine came the entire business of adding scopes on top of your gun. The entire companies that just make the scope.
But then at that point, that's just accessories.
Yeah, or there's something called as the Picatinny rail systems on the guns. They can add accessories, like you said, or
Right.
and then the entire there's something called in the armory. They disassemble their guns. Besides the soldiers being able to clean their gun and maintain it, they have to periodically send it to the armory to get it inspected and approved that it's up to snuff, or
Right.
if something needs to be replaced, they replace it, and they have like screwdriver,
But
screw, yeah,
Then that's maintenance, bro.
upkeep,
Right.
upkeep and maintenance.
Right. So, but what you're talking about sounds more like a modular type
Yes.
of system where you're adding accessories to it to make it either better or in some way, shape, or form, or
That's the difference. is that-
adept to doing a task that's very specialized or whatever the case is.
That's the difference between the military and the civilian market. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, so one is modular and then the other one is more like you have to physically buy a new.
Check it. Check
Equipment?
this. It's first, millions have to be to equip an army, right? Millions of dollars. Large scale upkeep and repair, right? Then the key word that they're always looking for, the hot topic word is modular and force multiplier. Exactly what you were saying, Alan.
Yes, sir.
That's what they want. And the example for us that we have in the market right now for smartphones is the Google Pixel, which is kind of losing steam, right? As if we're being honest, it's not.
Yeah.
It's kind of losing its power. It's It's what's the word? It's
I mean, I haven't even seen a new model lately. I
me
think it's
neither.
been
Like,
like a year.
what about you, Alan?
I concur with Mr. J.
Then there's the iPhone. The iPhone's been keeping itself strong. The OnePlus has been getting better. Then there's the Samsung, the variety options, the A series, the Galaxy series, the Note series. That one I feel is like, okay. And then there's, the Humvees.
Salutations, Marcos here. This is a message to all the listeners out there. There are links in the show notes for our Twitter, email, and even show notes. Any questions or ideas for the podcast can be sent via these links. Now, back to our regularly scheduled podcast.
So yeah, those are my thoughts basically, and I have the references there.
THOT.
Yes.
So yeah. So let's move on to the meat and potatoes of this thing.
Let's do this, please.
Marcos?
Go for it.
Oh, I mean, I don't want to disturb it. Let's just move right in to anime.
Anime.
Yes.
Go with the
So-
intro, please.
No, let's skip the intro.
Okay, let's skip it.
This is the intro. That was the intro.
That was the intro. Okay.
Yes.
I like that.
So it was quick to the point. So yeah, Marcos, have you been watching the anime? Have you been falsifying, diverging,
Diversifying.
dipping your toes into the anime?
I've only been dipping my toes in one.
What?
Jujutsu Kaisen and Attack on Titan.
Oh, and Attack on Titan.
Yes, but by second hand with Attack on Titan. And
You have a second hand?
I have two. Yes, I have two hands.
Very
Right.
good. I'd be worried if you only had one.
See, look, I'm showing my hands right now.
Yes, you're dancing now.
So yeah, so like we said the last time I was here, we got new anime.
This new season, right?
The spring. Yeah.
Spring,
yeah.
spring 2021.
So unfortunately, last week, no new anime came out. We had a little week break.
Yeah, a
at least-
lot of them, right?
I think all of them.
Yeah.
Except for like a few.
My Hero came out.
My Hero came out. Yes. That literally came like the week afterwards.
Yes, it did.
Like after everything of the winter one ended, then My Hero came out.
The winter.
And
ended.
now some new ones are coming out. Like
Like
Marcos.
Drum roll, please.
Marcos.
Yes. I don't know.
Oh, so yeah. So let's see.
I was gonna suggest we like run through it really quick, the list.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up the list.
Go for it.
Yeah. That way it refreshes not only our memory but the listeners'
Oh,
memory.
yes.
So yeah, My Hero,
Yes.
Yes.
One Piece.
Yes, of course.
You
Uh,
can't stop a season.
What's today? So supposedly, what's it called? How to Not Summon the Demon Lord
Right.
came out. I didn't watch that one.
Not interested.
I didn't watch the episode 2 yet. Episode 1, but I'm going to watch it after this.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it
Um,
stack maybe 3 episodes, maybe 5.
Slime Diaries came out.
Slime.
I might not watch
A
that
spin-off.
actually.
Yeah.
The continuing of the last season of Seven Deadly Sins.
What?
Really?
What? Is it
Yeah.
on Netflix though?
No.
Okay, good.
This one I did see. So it's called After Being Rejected, I Shaved and Took in a High School Runaway.
Yeah.
So here's the thing that disappointed me. He didn't shave in the first episode.
that's
like-
that's very disappointing.
You're like,
How
It's
dare
a
you?
The only thing
lie.
he shaved was like a few like little.
Like the stubble.
Yeah, but that was after he took in the girl.
What a fraud.
So in the first episode, this guy literally
Just took somebody in.
no, he was on a date with the girl.
Right.
He was like, "Oh, I can't date you. I'm seeing someone else."
Oh,
The guy's
wow.
like, "Damn it," and he gets drunk.
And his solution is to pick up a homeless
his
girl.
solution was to after getting drunk, he went home
right.
and on his way under the lamppost, like
He bumped into
Romantic.
short
No, he
speaking.
sees the girl just sitting there.
not the
Right.
He's
glitch
like,
girl.
"Oi, what is a little lady like you doing out here at night?" He's
Right,
like-
right.
She's like, "Why aren't you home?" She's like, "I ran away." He's like, "Oh, go home." She's like, "No." And he's like, "You know what?"
I found the solution.
I
What
think
is the
this
solution,
I think
Mr.
this
J?
is where she should blow her whistle.
He was like, "Don't you have a place to stay?" And she's like, "No." And So he was like, she's like, oh, maybe I can stay with you. He's like, I don't know. And she's like, I can
I'm
give you my
pretty-
body.
I'm pretty drunk. I don't know how the sound of that worked. You know,
No.
Marcos,
But yeah,
why
but then-
are you grinning
No,
from temple
no.
But
to
then
temple?
eventually, though, he
No.
was persuaded into bringing her in.
Right.
What? How? Who persuaded
Well,
him?
he didn't want to leave her on the streets.
That's where he found her.
Yeah, and he doesn't want her to stay there.
What a white knight, right?
So
Yes.
they ended up with
Let's call it that.
agreeing with she can stay until she can either go back home or I forgot the other one, but
So
until she wanted
I'm sorry,
basically.
Your Honor.
But
She
the only
said
thing
that-
was that she has to do the chores because he's not like a
yeah, of
tidy
course.
guy.
Yeah, of
Your
course.
Honor, I swear she said that she convinced herself. Like I didn't bring her in all.
She did offer herself, but he did not.
So-
a lot of times.
I think I mentioned it to you guys that this reminded me sort of the aspect of her living with dude, or the older and younger dynamic, like he's a salaryman and she's a student, reminded me of this other show that was called, I think, Tawawa on
Yeah,
On
I might-
Monday,
but yeah,
I think?
I saw it.
did you watch
I
it?
saw an episode.
What did you think?
I think I need to watch more.
To give a better
Yes.
Okay.
One episode is not enough. For
No,
me.
of course not, bro. And they're very short episodes, I might add. They're like maybe
But the name though, Tawawa.
Yes.
It was good.
Well, I mean, I suggest that you watch it as well, Josue, maybe,
Yeah.
because it might have some similarities, and it might, I don't know, maybe the show is very different, but
I mean, I don't know. The first episode came out.
of course,
Yeah.
but I mean, comparing,
So the next one here is combatants will be dispatched.
that sounds like Shield Hero. No,
Yeah, so
Kinda,
the little
kinda,
synopsis
yeah.
is takes out evil. Turns out evil takes initiative with world domination close at hand. The Kurosaki Corporation turns its sight on interstellar conquest, and who better to take over a magical world than two randomly assigned minions, Combat Agent 6 and his android partner Alice? But 6 pass up the evil corporate ladder won't be easy. A demon lord's army is hatching its own nefarious plans. I didn't watch this. I didn't watch episode one,
The description sounds interesting,
That sounds-
but not enticing enough for me.
next one here is Shaman King.
That
Oh
one.
yeah, but before
that's
I go,
a Netflix exclusive though.
Is it?
no, before the not the Summon Demon Lord, the Slime Diary, the one with the girl he meets on the streets.
Mhm.
Those are all in Crunchyroll.
Okay,
What is
The
Funimation?
combatants will be dispatches on Funimation.
Okay.
Shaman King, I have no idea.
I think it's Netflix. Yeah.
I think that's a Netflix
Oh,
exclusive.
that is. Oh, that's,
As far as I remember from watching that information.
so that one, 2 episodes up to 2 episodes released,
Huh.
and yeah. Oh. Next one we have here is Iruma Kun. Goes with the Devil's School. Irma. That's coming out unfortunately till the 17th of April.
What the fudgies? Why?
I have no idea, but it's also gonna be a Crunchyroll.
Okay. At least.
Crunchyroll coming strong with a lot of these
And then
releases.
Yeah.
Boruto, but no one cares.
Yeah. No, you're right. Continue.
Well, I hear Boruto's gonna start getting hyped if it's gonna get adapted from the actual
manga.
yeah, from the source is what I hear from for Neverworld.
Yeah. Nah.
So I mean,
Thank you
if
for
you
giving
like,
me
you
a
like.
review.
If you don't, I mean, you don't. What can I say?
Next one we have here is Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro Toro-san.
Isn't that it? Wasn't
Yes.
that something you guys were like, yeah, let's watch that.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was okay.
I
It
haven't
didn't-
seen it.
It kind of seemed like the first episode, it just seemed like she was bullying him.
Basically.
Well,
the
yeah,
guy
I mean,
couldn't-
mind you, the author or the creator is what was a hentai artist before.
No, but like it actually see like an actual.
No, I know,
bully.
but again, understand
no,
that it just
a
comes
bully
so
is a bully.
natural to him because
Yeah.
he came from that type
Yeah,
of.
but bullying is bullying, right? No
Yeah.
matter. If
My
it's
man, is it
internet.
really? That's what you could gather your
No,
thoughts
no, I
about.
haven't seen it, so I can't say anything.
No, of course, bro. I haven't seen it.
It was
either.
cool drawing though.
I'm pretty sure he's an amazing artist.
Experienced.
From
yes.
experience. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
And
Culture.
then what else do we have interesting? Oh yeah, I defeated 300. I've
Slime?
been killing
Slimes?
300. I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level.
Yeah, that one. She's like a
Um,
witch or something, right?
But that's more of a slice of life, no?
that's like I didn't want to get hurt, so I maxed out my defenses.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean it's
Bufuro,
interesting
Bufuro.
though.
But
Bufuro was good.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
good. I don't know about this
Also,
one.
Eden Zero, the
Oh, yeah,
spin-off
yeah.
for Fairy Tail,
Okay,
that already came out
that's a
Came out
planet.
today. Actually, I don't know where though. It doesn't say it's not on Crunchyroll. It might be on Funimation.
Animation.
Yeah.
You know what surprised me? Netflix didn't purchase all the other seasons of Fairy Tail. It only went up to episode 100.
yes, this one's really good. Rom-com where the childhood friend won't lose.
Aww.
Now, see, I've read the manga.
My
Fighting
boy,
for the
Really?
first 2 episodes,
my boy ascended.
and it's really funny.
Okay, so
Is-
it's a
is-
comedy romance one?
Yeah.
Is it the one with the like the bench one that we were talking about?
Sort of. It's similar to that one. Yeah, I would say.
That's what we were.
Because
laughing.
literally, the 2 girls, and this kind of spoilers,
Spoilers of Head.
But-
Spoiler alert.
but literally the
Spoiler.
2 girls that he has interest in them both reject him.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Yep.
hilarious.
And it's funny because they both have feelings for him, but they're like, no, and they don't even know why. They're like, what? Why they like literally? He had interest in the first girl who he said knew from his childhood
Mm.
because he was an actor, and
Mm.
as he was
He
acting,
was an actor.
yeah. And then the next one is literally the friend he had after his acting career, and also had feelings for. And then when it came to the side, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna choose not the other one, but the one I've been having
Having
relations-
feelings.
having feelings with for a while now, and I still do. I'm gonna go with her, and she also had feelings,
But
but for some reason she rejected him. She still doesn't even know why in the manga. It was funny,
I like it. Like, and then there was a bench.
and but no, this one doesn't come. with
Wait,
much.
what?
It's a running joke with Mr. J and me and I.
Yeah,
I like
from the what's it called?
The triangle something.
I forgot what it was
Love
called.
triangle? No.
Let me see. I remember I saved it.
Oh. It's
Yeah,
it's worth it's
Worth every penny.
It's worth every episode.
Yes.
Up there with Bufuru, if you will.
Buffalo.
Bufuru.
Buffalo.
Bufuru. I was too scared to get hurt, so I decided to max out my defenses.
Yeah.
It's up
Buffalo.
there with that one. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Buffalo.
I didn't watch that one.
You didn't watch it? But you
No.
recommended it.
The where she maxed her stats.
No,
Yeah.
I believe we
No.
recommended Kuma Bear.
Yes.
That's
We
what
did
it
that.
was.
Okay, that's kind of... Okay, no, that one's not bad, yeah.
Kuma Bear.
I don't know why I
The
confused Kuma-
pinnacle.
I thought I confused
Of all
Kuma Bear with
races.
Glipnir. I don't know why.
me see
Yeah,
if-
you're
Because
right.
there's a bear, and I keep thinking
Right,
about
right,
Kuma
right.
Bear.
Dang,
Very
it's always
true,
so hard
very
to
true.
find anime after watching it.
When you need it, right? When you need it the most, it disappeared. Like the Airbender.
Except
Yeah.
these beats are not.
It was like,
What
oh.
what's the name of this
Chili,
channel? Mr. J,
I have no idea.
let me see.
chill hop.
Oh, Chill Hop. Okay.
Yes.
This is jazzy and what?
Oh, you can read upside down.
Sometimes
Depends on the,
He's like
on the
when I
time
think
of day.
real hard.
it says jazzy and lo-fi hip hop beats.
Nice.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I can't find it.
So I mean, I guess my question to you guys is: did you finish watching all the anime you wanted from the last season, Winter?
No.
Yes.
No, were there some that
Yes.
you haven't finished watching?
Yes.
Like
Oh,
Log
found
Horizon.
it.
oh,
found it.
Oresuki.
What?
oh, okay.
What's the name?
Oresuki.
Oresuki. Is it on Crunchyroll?
Yeah, that's where I found it.
What are you doing here, teacher?
You haven't finished watching that?
What'd you think?
This sucks.
Oh. Hot
It's,
take.
it's only
Hot
for
take
the,
from
it's
Mr.
only
J.
for
The novel.
Wait, did you see it censored or uncensored?
yes,
Both.
Oh, you saw both?
yes.
And did you like either, or
No.
like one more than the other, or you
Not even the novelty.
or you didn't like any of them, or either of them?
What about my mom's two-handed double?
Well, I'm talking about this last season. You're coming out with like
You
all-
never. Oh, you just said. Okay, just last season.
Yeah,
That wasn't last season.
definitely not. No, I'm talking about like to your point, Log Horizon, World Trigger.
Didn't even start.
Quintessential quintuplets.
Didn't even start it.
Really? No.
I finished it.
Dr. Stone.
Gets
You didn't get stoned by Dr. Stone?
Right?
with Dr. Stone. Come
No,
on.
by
Attack on
Dr.
Titan.
Stone.
That's that one. Yeah, I have secondhand.
Slime?
No.
Yo,
The Slime Diaries.
Was
No,
good.
Last season.
Oh, season 2. Yeah. No.
Yeah. No?
No.
You haven't finished them? Good Lord, what have you been doing? Sir?
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Have you?
Yes.
All of it?
No.
You're up to date? Oh,
Only dub.
Good Lord, sir. What were you doing? Working?
Basically, right?
Yeah, that's for losers. No, working?
No, I get home, watch, shower, workout, shower. Workout is just cycling for like 40 minutes. Cardio.
Bro, whatever the case is, you could have been watching anime while you were cycling. dude.
Yeah. I was listening to podcast. And to our
You
podcast.
could have been like Kimi Dayo. Kimi.
You were listening to our Good Lord, sir.
It's good. What?
You know what you should do? Where you work, put the speaker up and put our podcast
Nah.
so people can listen to this.
What's that trash?
Oh, what? How dare they?
I'll look at them. What?
Absolutely not.
Catch these hands.
What about you, Josua? Did you finish
I wasn't caught.
last
Yes.
season?
I finished it with grace.
Yeah, all the ones that you wanted to
Yes.
watch.
And with little sleep.
Did you
no,
see
I
any?
had plenty of sleep.
Did you see any of them that were like not on your list, and you said, "I'll give it a shot" since I finished all the other ones I wanted to see?
I don't think so.
Not all the ones that you set out to watch. You watched and you were satisfied. And
Yes.
you didn't go to the other ones, right?
Yeah.
So quintessential quintuplets you watched.
Slime.
Stone with Dr. Stone.
Getting stoned by Dr. Stone.
Right.
Dr. Stone.
Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
That one they did watch.
Right. What was another one from this season that just passed? Slime, obviously.
The starter town, the guy from the.
Is
from
that
the-
dubbed yet? You look at me like,
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it does. It is. I think
The
it's finished. though.
Mohokusho,
Bless you.
I think.
What else?
Mokusho Tensei.
Oh, Horemiya. finished that one.
Mokosho Tensei. No, that's what it's called.
yeah, the starter town one?
Is it that one?
Mokosho's- yeah, the one where he's a little kid. He was reincarnated as a little kid, and he like goes and teaches this girl. And
Oh, that he's a slime teacher?
no, Mokosho Tensei, the original isekai.
Oh no.
You haven't seen Mokosho Tensei?
That's the OG. Yeah, that is the OG.
I highly recommend it.
Yeah, that one's
Highly
good.
recommend it. I would have put that up right now, actually, instead of. Well, you guys are currently watching.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, definitely next Saturday. Unless you
Yeah.
guys watch it during the weekend right now.
Yeah.
Is it dubbed? Of course.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
Oh,
Absolutely not. See this, Marcos?
This
have
is
to
the reason.
ascend.
Yeah, bro. I mean, not that you're not ascended.
what
I
about
mean,
what about dot hack?
You got like a half
The
wing
hack.
ascension.
Yeah, hack signs and all those.
Dot
things.
hack sign.
Yeah.
Hacks. No, is it?
Dot hack and
What
then-
about
hack-
the
dot
infamous
sign, dot
Kuma
hack
Bear?
Oh, that was amazing.
I didn't even
keep-
finish that one.
Oh, you keep coming back to it and you haven't finished it.
I haven't finished Kuma
I mean,
Bear.
it's no Peter Grill, but you know,
But
I didn't
yeah,
even finish Girl still.
you only saw episode 1 and that was enough.
Yeah, that was
just
I
enough for the
stopped.
culture.
Just enough for the memes.
Oh man, no. So I mean, World Trigger, perhaps. Have you seen or?
It was season 2 right now, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
you did watch you did watch the slime one. I didn't watch the slime.
He doesn't even remember anymore.
He's-
My man looks so
gone.
confused.
I don't remember. I
My
don't
man's
started
remember.
scratching his
watching it.
head. He's like, no. No.
You started watching the 300-year one?
So no one here besides Misael watched the tarantula looking thing, right?
Yeah.
No,
The
I
didn't watch the
cucaracha
spider.
looking
I didn't
anime,
watch
right?
Spider.
And what?
Nobody watched Spider except for Lost Pause. And he's lost, so
He found the spider while he was lost.
yeah, and he's still lost.
So I mean, I'm pretty sure this last season was fire, absolute fire. As
I-
far as like the episode,
There was so much fire for me that I only stuck to what I was watching
Yeah.
before. the
Unfortunately, I
whole
feel like
season.
this spring one.
It's a little weak, right?
yeah. Especially for being a spring season anime.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're assuming everybody's gonna be out and about. They don't want to see anime anymore.
Do you think that'll give them more time to make more anime?
Well,
Really?
I think that because of what happened
To
because
the
of
world.
COVID,
To the
Yeah.
world?
Yeah. Like because of COVID, a lot of stuff got pushed back. So I'm guessing this was like the culmination of everything that was pushed back, and they just kind of like
They burnt themselves
they
out.
put it all out there in one catalog or one season.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and now this new
Which is
season
terrible.
coming up is pretty light. I guess you can call it of home runs or heavy hitters as far as adaptations.
I can't wait for the Devils Apart Nightmares
Now,
season
I
two.
mean, mind you, there might be some gems that we haven't seen or we're gonna see like in the next following week or so that we're like, yo, I heard so and so say something, or I thought the description was pretty, cool. I watched the first episode, got hooked, whatever the case is, right? So
caught feelings for the anime.
yeah, I mean, we might in the next and perhaps next Saturday when we record the podcast, we'll be able to collect our thoughts a little bit better, like depending on what we see. Obviously, Josue will be back in his dorm, and maybe it's just Marcos and I in the flesh, and we'll have Josue.
In the flat, what?
Yeah, well, in
kid, I
person,
kid.
yeah. And then we'll have Josue connected via clean feed. So we'll definitely, collect and gather our thoughts and see if there's anything new that we, figure out or find out about the new anime season. And maybe it might be these next 3 months or this next season, I guess you can call it. It might be the time we actually rewatch something from the old seasons, Like I'm probably gonna rewatch Golden Time or Arifueta or
Yes,
something like that.
Like we always do.
That one they can't come. That one was good.
You
That
know,
one was really good.
I might want to rewatch something. I
I'm
have.
rewatching Rent a Girlfriend.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely probably do
Bunny
that.
Girl Senpai for me.
Oh yeah, or maybe something
I watched
like
the movie
Which
Oh,
one?
yeah.
What movie?
Rent a Girlfriend.
Oh,
I mean, not Rent a Girlfriend.
What?
Bunny Girl Senpai.
okay, maybe.
oh yeah, and hopefully we need to buy
Demon
the
Slayer
tickets.
tickets. They came out yesterday.
Did they? But do you guys want to go, or do you think we should wait for the digital download?
I'm
And
gonna
watch
wait
it
for-
over here.
I'm gonna wait because I can't.
You can't
Yeah,
because you're not
'cause-
gonna be here.
Damn, he has
Yeah.
school, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah, and to be honest, like, I'd rather watch it here at home
Yeah.
or in the stew or wherever.
The mini stew has a better TV though. This are facts. These are
Yeah,
real
dude,
facts.
and I can make that fettuccine alfredo and enjoy it with
Pasta and anime.
with nice breadsticks and whatnot.
Do you make your own breadsticks or would you buy them?
I'll probably make my own garlic bread,
Okay.
but maybe I'll opt for shrimp or something
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
instead of chicken. But I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
think about it.
I think that's it.
I think that's a good closing statement with pasta.
Very good,
Food,
very
if you
good.
will.
Oh,
And anime.
one more thing before.
One more thing.
Right,
yes.
right. So, well, I guess too.
No. Damn it.
Anime figures. What do you think as far as investment wise? Do you
Too expensive.
too expensive?
Too rich for my blood.
All right. And then the second of what's our analytics looking like?
Oh, damn.
Kit Kats everywhere.
I like it, cats.
This is like elevator music. Let's see.
Oh, that's smooth. I like that a lot.
Damn, no. Everything's the same.
Everything's the same. All right,
Yeah.
so we'll leave it at that.
No new
Wait, let me
countries.
see. Oh wow, there's this big spike though.
Oh yeah, there you go. From
67 plays.
from my best of friend, not from the top. There's
Best
the
of
top.
friend.
All the way to the top. Go to the top.
So hopefully
April 8th, a lot of people played our podcast.
with
And
the
then,
last one.
1.2K.
I think so, because 67.
Look all the way to the top of our subscribers. Thank you, all of you.
So
Oh, we have 1,000 plays though.
that's
Oh yeah,
nice.
and then
9.
nine estimated audience.
Thank
That's
you.
not that bad.
Yeah, I don't mind. Listen, maybe hopefully by next week I'll definitely give or
Spread the word.
No, I'll call
Oh wait,
up
look at
Kenichi.
this.
my friend. Maybe he can come over.
Our top played episode is number 27, aka I Lick Your Cut, G. Part 1.
This is like a JoJo title.
Followed by the first one, what's about? All these squares make a circle. Followed by number 4, keeping your hands clean. Followed by number 32, things get weird, we can't stop. Followed by number 2, using knowledge in creative ways.
Nice.
Which one was that one?
Number 2, it says right there. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Also, we get most of our listeners from Spotify, followed by Apple Podcasts, Podcast Addict, and Anchor. And lastly, Overcast. I don't know what the other is. Somehow, a lot of people listen from an outside source.
Google Podcast, maybe you can listen on your computer.
So it also looks like our age group is from 18 to 22.
Oh,
that's
With the second biggest being 28 to 34. And the smallest being that exists is 23 to 27, because 60 plus doesn't exist. Literally.
What about our genders?
Mostly male.
Yeah.
83% female.
What?
Yeah.
83% are female?
No. Male are 83.
Oh.
16% female.
Yeah.
And less than 1% not specified.
That makes sense. That checks out. Yeah.
So yeah.
Thank you to all you listeners out there. Thank you very much. This is Marcos Lopez signing out. Alan? Mr. J?
Yes.
Mr. J signing out.
So Alan signing out. Thank you again for having me on. Till next time.
Till next time. Remember, please, 5 stars on your reviews and comments and all the things in the show notes. Thank you.
Yes.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Literally. But yeah, thank you though. Have a good time. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hi there. Thank you for tuning into the LTS Podcast. All the notes and more can be found in the description. By the way, we have a social media page where content is posted regularly. Feel free to reach out at us through there or via email. Both are found in the description. When you support the show, we have a merch store where you can buy an item that you like. If buying merch is not your thing and you just want to support the show directly, we also have links to those too, if you'd like. Thank you. Also, every comment is really appreciated. Credits in the description as well. Peace.